Encyclopedia Brown, Boy Detective by Donald J. Sobol. It's time for the last chapter in the book, and it's entitled The Case of the Champion Egg Spinner. Looks like you can spin an egg. Never tried it before. Looks like it could be done, though. Let's find out. Mr. O'Hara made the biggest and best chocolate ice cream sodas in Idaville. He used a double helping of ice cream in each and every one. Encyclopedia went to Mr. O'Hara's drugstore on hot afternoons. When the detective business began to pay off, he went there on cool afternoons too. But he never thought he would one day solve a case sitting at Mr. O'Hara's soda fountain. People who sat at Mr. O'Hara's counter ordered a soft drink or ice cream. Sometimes they ordered both. Nobody ever brought his own food. But one Sunday, a boy about 12 years old came into the drugstore carrying an egg. He put it on Mr. O'Hara's counter. Encyclopedia was surprised. He had finished his soda, but he sat and watched the boy with the egg. He was even more surprised when the boy spun the egg on the counter. Still practicing? Mr. O'Hara asked the boy. The boy smiled as if he owned the whole world. Just keeping my touch. I've got a big match tomorrow. He gave the egg another spin. He's good, thought Encyclopedia. He really knows how to spin an egg to keep it going. The boy ordered a chocolate soda with a triple helping of extra ice cream. That cost 10 cents extra. Mr. O'Hara made the soda. He placed it before the boy. He did not see the egg spinning toward the glass until it was too late. The egg knocked against the glass and spun away. It dropped out of sight on Mr. O'Hara's side of the counter. Mr. O'Hara looked down. That's the end of your egg. I'm sorry. Forget it, said the boy with a grand wave of his hand. I'll have to use another egg in the spinning match tomorrow anyway. I'd better sweep up the mess, said Mr. O'Hara. He walked to the back of the drugstore. Encyclopedia left 25 cents on the counter to pay for his soda. As he went out the door, he saw Mr. O'Hara returning with a broom and a dustpan. Encyclopedia rode home slowly on his bicycle. He stopped to look at the stuffed mountain lion Mr. Ekstrom, the taxidermist, had just put up in the window of his shop. The boy detective was in no hurry. It was Sunday, and the Brown Detective Agency was closed. As he turned the corner on Rover Avenue, he saw that something was up. Bicycles were parked on the lawn in front of his house. Just about the whole gang was waiting for him at the garage. He made out Jody and Billy Turner, Charlie Stewart, Herb Stein, Pinky, Plumber, and Sally. They looked as happy as 6 flat tires. Sally greeted him. The boys need your help, she said. With what? With Eddie Phelan, said Charlie Stewart. His egg beats everything. Who is this Eddie Phelan? Asked Encyclopedia. A human egg beater? Stop being silly, said Sally. Eddie is the champion egg spinner, explained Pinky. He keeps his egg spinning longer than anyone else's. The boys think he does something secret and unfair to win, said Sally. Ah, you fear foul play, asked Encyclopedia. Be serious, cried Sally. Eddie won everything in the last match. Pinky's glove, Jody's bat, Charlie's hockey stick, Billy's magic set, and Herbie's jackknife. There's another match tomorrow, said Jody. Eddie is out to win Charlie's tooth collection. And I just got 2 zebra teeth, groaned Charlie. Mr. Ekstrom gave them to me for delivering Mr. Webster's stuffed sailfish Friday. Said Encyclopedia. I never heard of an egg spinning contest before. Who thought it up? Eddie, said the 5 boys together. I might have known, said Encyclopedia. The boys have been practicing for days, said Sally, but Eddie will walk off with Charlie's tooth collection just the same. And everything else, said Billy. This case smells rotten, said Encyclopedia. Where do you get the eggs? At the supermarket, answered Pinky. All of us go together. How do you know the egg Eddie got at the supermarket will be the one he uses tomorrow? Each boy picks an egg, said Pinky. He marks it with a pencil and gives his egg to another boy. That way we know no one can change an egg before the match. Who marked Eddie's egg? Asked Encyclopedia. I did, said Charlie. I made a double X on it. Tomorrow you'll have to signal to me, said Encyclopedia, before you start spinning. If the egg is the one you marked, raise 1 finger. If it isn't the one, raise 2 fingers. Got it? Got it, said Charlie. Now where and when does the match take place? Behind the school at 9 in the morning, said Jody. I'll be there, said Encyclopedia, starting into the house. The boys and Sally felt let down. They had expected Encyclopedia to solve this case right away. Oh, stop worrying, Encyclopedia called to them. I have a pretty good idea why Eddie always wins. The next morning, when Encyclopedia reached the schoolyard, Sally rushed to meet him. She was breathless. I thought you wouldn't get here in time, she said. I couldn't find one of my sneakers, the boy detective said, looking around him. Sure enough, Eddie the champion was the boy he had seen in the drugstore. The case of the champion egg spinner is cracked, Encyclopedia said mysteriously. Eddie was smiling as he fingered the floured cookie jar that held Charlie's collection of teeth. Against the teeth, Eddie was putting up a football uniform. It was a better prize than 53 teeth, Pinky's used science kit, and Jody's rubber boots, Billy's fishing pole, or even Herb's old telescope. The match is going to start, Sally told Encyclopedia. Charlie and Eddie got down on their knees. The spinning field was the smooth marble slab under the statue of Thomas Edison. Each boy handed the other his egg. Eddie hardly glanced at Charlie's, but Charlie peered at the champion's egg a long time. He turned it over slowly, then he held up one finger. Eddie hadn't changed eggs. He was using the one Charlie had marked. Ready? Asked Eddie, smiling. Charlie peered at the egg. Right there is the picture. Do something. Fast, Sally whispered to Encyclopedia. Get set, Eddie called. Excuse me, said Encyclopedia. Is this a contest of skill alone? Huh? Said Eddie. Why, of course. Then you won't mind changing eggs, said Encyclopedia. Let Charlie have your egg and you take his. The boy who spins his egg the longest wins the match. Eddie's smile disappeared as fast as pancakes on Sunday breakfast. His hand closed quickly over his egg. Are you saying someone's cheating, he demanded. Not that it's any of your business, but Charlie knows that this is my egg. It's the same one he marked. Of course it's the same egg, said Encyclopedia, but with one big difference that nobody can see. What was the difference? Ooh. Think about what happened in the soda fountain when he was there with the egg spinner there. And then, see if you can figure it out. And then, we are going to read the next part that tells us the answer in the back. So, when Eddie's egg fell off the drugstore counter onto the floor, Mr. O'Hara didn't say, I'd better clean up the mess. He said, I'd better sweep up the mess. Then he fetched a broom and a dustpan. That told Encyclopedia the egg had broken into pieces. So it was hard-boiled. A hard-boiled egg will spin much longer than an uncooked egg. At the supermarket, Encyclopedia realized Eddie had secretly swapped a hard-boiled egg for an uncooked egg before the eggs were marked. Eddie tried to use a hard-boiled egg in his match with Charlie, but he didn't get away with it. After he confessed, he gave back the prizes he had won at earlier matches. Ah, hard-boiled egg. There you go. That's the end of Encyclopedia Brown Boy Detective. If you like these, there's a whole series of these. There's a whole bunch. This is number 1. I'm not even sure how many there are, but there are a lot. So if you like it, enjoy. Go to the library when it opens again and check them out.